Hey, what is up, guys? Pine Belt Beer Reviews back here again with you today for another one. And this one that I have here today is one that I have not had before, but it is a seasonal from Goose Island. Their Oktoberfest, 6.4% ABV. It says hints of dried apricot and toffee. Gets an 83 on Beer Advocate. The Bros, I haven't looked at it yet on there, and it gets a 3.5 on Untapped. It has it's classified as a lager, 17 IB ratings, and has a type of hops that I don't think that I've had before or I've tried before in a beer, and that is the Hallertau hops, which is like a German style hop. I just have this Stein. I was gonna maybe put it because on the site it has a mug like this on there. This is one that I got from the Hofbrauhaus from München, but it's not going to fit just a 12-ounce beer in it. I don't think so. It's actually got a lot of pieces of dirt, dust, and stuff in it because I just haven't used it in a long time. I never really have an opportunity to just drink 3 beers, basically, because that's how much it holds out of one glass. So I think the only thing that I have done with one that large is I might have to get up and find a bottle opener. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't realize I had a bottle opener in front of me. In order to continue my story, yeah, I had to basically chug 3 beers when I was younger, and took more risks. I chugged 3 beers out of one of those as a challenge, but yeah, I don't ever use that anymore at this point. So let's go ahead and pour this. That's what we get. I ended up just buying a 6-pack recently of just the Shiner Oktoberfest beers. I think that's just a really good sort of base Märzen style, and I do really like Märzens. They're kind of one of my favorite styles of beer, so I always appreciate it when they all come out. So with that, we get about 1 finger of beige head, really kind of tight condensed bubbles, kind of a coppery color, which they describe as being on the website as the color description. Otherwise, there's some bubbles in there, but they're kind of hard to see because it's actually kind of a pretty, as you can see, it's a pretty deep copper color. So, yeah, it looks okay, so let's go ahead and go for the aroma with it. Get a little bit of the apricot, good bit of malt, that kind of just typical sort of sweet bready kind of aroma that you get with the Märzen styles. It's a little pungent. I think that's kind of maybe from the alcohol, it's a bit of sharpness to it. And then kind of a little bit, some of those beers you kind of get a sort of soapy kind of smell from them, or at least I do, like bar soap kind of smell, but I never found that to be a negative about beer, just it smelling slightly like soap sometimes. Alright, so yeah, it smells good. Let's go ahead and go for the flavor on it. Really smooth. I mean that by the flavor is really smooth. I'm not onto the mouthfeel for it yet. But it has a really kind of strong sort of just beery kind of flavor too, like just this hoppy sort of baseline beer kind of flavor. But there are the malts. The malts are also in there. You get a little bit of the caramel. I can taste the toffee. The apricots, I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit. Mostly just that kind of malty, kind of sweet kind of flavor is what I get the most, along with that just kind of hoppy kind of beer flavor. But it has a nice kind of toasty kind of finish, kind of like a nice kind of toasted malt kind of flavor in the finish. trying to see if there's a date on here or anything, um, but yeah, it tastes really good. Like it's got like the Shiner is what I've been drinking on. Like I've been drinking on a 6-pack, like I said, for a little while. Uh, with that, so I've gotten pretty used to that one's flavor. So and that one's like definitely a bit sweeter than this. This one's a little bit more bitter. Mouthfeel is pretty prickly from the carbonation. It's got a wet finish, so it is very drinkable. Uh, like it's probably like just a good beer to have with like a lot of food. Is what I'm thinking. Like I think it comes. I think it only remains until I think October maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm not about to look it up though. I think it's like August to October maybe. I mean, if it'd be like a good beer for like to eat Thanksgiving dinner or something with is what I think. But overall, like I said, the mouthfeel is prickly with carbonation, uh, but a wet finish, so it's very drinkable. For me, I'd say it's like an A- beer. Like, I'm not like I think that these are all just attempts by a lot of breweries that are in America. I have yet to have an actual Oktoberfest Märzen beer from Germany. I think as an attempt at the style, it's excellent. But I'd have to definitely go to Germany to Oktoberfest and actually have a beer there at out of one of those big ass barrels or whatever they serve them out of. Uh, but for that, it's definitely A- for me. If I'd have like the real thing, then I'd have more of something to compare it to kind of go up to like A+ or something like that. But uh, yeah, so I'm just gonna stick with the A-, and I definitely recommend if you see it, the Goose Island Oktoberfest. Um, recommend picking up a single or 6-pack and seeing what you think about it. So, till next time, guys. Thank you for watching.